Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be playing with a little bit of eyeshadow. I haven't done an eyeshadow look on my channel in what feels like forever. So today we are going to be going in with this Morphe 39S palette. This is one of my favorite Morphe palettes. You can see it just has these beautiful, beautiful colors of pink, purple. You have your neutral colors, you have your red, maroon colors, and you have some pressed glitters in here as well. So I really like this palette. It's definitely one of my favorite palettes that I own because all the colors are right up my alley. So we're going to be coming up with a look using this palette. So if you guys want to see what look I come up with, make sure you keep on watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time I upload. I do upload every single week. And make sure you check out my social media if you want to follow me. They are here on the page as well as down in the description bar. Let's jump into the video, guys. So first we are going to start by priming our eyes. We're going to use the P. Louise base, and I'm just going to apply this with my finger. I did briefly fill in my brows a little bit. I didn't go crazy filling them in just because I didn't want all the focus to be on the brows, so I just did a little light filling in. But of course, if you love filling in your brows and you like a more structured brow, go ahead and fill it in the way you want to fill it in. I just like to be quick about my brows and not really spend all my time on my brows, so this is what we came up with today. You guys know I don't like doing my brows before my face makeup, but anytime I'm doing eyeshadow, I prefer doing my eyeshadow first before my face makeup, and sometimes your eyeshadow just looks a little bit better if your brows are already done. So I've been filling in my brows if I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow first. So I'll fill in my brows before makeup, and that's the only way that I'll fill in my brows first. Alright, so we have our eyes primed. We are going to go in with a small brush. This is a Morphe M506, and I think the color that I want to go in with today, I think we're going to start with this color right here. It's just like a really nice brown transition color. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, and we are just going to start applying this right into the crease. I like to use smaller brushes when going into the crease just because I feel like it gives more of a precise application. I have semi-hooded eyelids, so it's kind of hard sometimes for me to use bigger brushes because then I'll get the shadow all over my lid. So I like to go in with smaller brushes first, and then to blend out the shadow completely, I'll go in with a clean, bigger brush, just so that way there's no harsh lines. I think I'm gonna do like a maroon brown look today. That's kind of like the vibe I'm feeling. You guys can see this color is really pigmented. It looks so pretty. And then, like I said, I'm just going to take a clean, fluffy brush and just kind of feather out the edges a little bit so it's not as harsh. Kind of like that. And I think the next color that we are going to go in with is this brown shade right here. It's a little bit darker than the brown shade we just went in with, so we're going to use this to deepen up the crease a little bit. And honestly, we're just going to kind of apply it in the same area, kind of like that. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to build the color up to our desired intensity. You know, you just kind of got to play around with it a little bit, see what you like. That's kind of how it works for eyeshadow, at least for me. I kind of will just keep building upon one color till I get it to the desired color effect that I want, and then I'll go in and add a different color. Like, it's all about layering when you're playing with eyeshadow. That's something to keep in mind because I know that eyeshadow can be really intimidating for a lot of people, including myself. It definitely was intimidating for me when I was a beginner. And even now, some colors are still a little bit intimidating, but practice makes perfect. It's okay to go out of your comfort zone and try new colors. So you can see we lost our transition shade a little bit, and I'm just going to take my color switch just to clean off my brush because we're going to go back in with that original crease shade just to kind of blend it out a little further, because sometimes the more layers of colors you use, you will lose some of the other colors that you were using. That's normal, it happens, it just kind of gets washed away in the rest of the colors. So I like to bring those colors back in. Kind of like that, kind of gives it like a gradient effect, if you will. I think for the outer corner, I think I'm gonna go in with this plum shade, like a red and a brown mix. I think I'm gonna go put that on the outer corner, give it a little bit of some spice, if you will. And I'm gonna take that on the same brush, just on one side, and I'm going to start patting it down on the outer corner first before I actually go in and blend it out. Everybody's technique is different. That's something just to keep in mind. Just because they do it differently than you doesn't mean you're wrong, and vice versa. It's just everybody has their own way of doing their makeup, and that's the beauty of makeup. There's not one right way to do it, if that makes sense. It's all about having fun and creating, you know, something that you like. It's like art, but for your face and for your eyes. So we are going to just continue building this on the outer corner. You can already see the eye look is starting to come together really, really well. We're gonna be kind of doing like a blown out smoky look. And of course, I'm gonna go back in with that original brush that has no color on it, just to kind of blend that in a little bit more, and then just continue packing on the color until I feel that it looks good. And then whatever color I have left over, I'm going to bring into the crease, and there will be some spots where it looks a little bit patchy or sparse. I'll just kind of go back in and fill in those spots as well, kind of like that. And I think for the lid shade, I think the color that I want to go in with is this berry tone right here. It looks more red on camera than it does in person. In person it looks more like a berry, like a purple red. And I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and I'm going to be going in with the Luxie 246. It's just a really small precision flat brush, and you can see I barely dip my brush in the product, and it has a lot of pigment to it for sure. So I think what I'm going to do now is start packing that on the lid. And we do have a little bit of fallout, if you guys can see that. That's normal. A lot of eyeshadows tend to produce fallout. I know that's like a make or break for some people. Some people don't like fallout. I personally don't mind it because I'm just going to wipe it away anyway. It's why I choose to do my eyeshadow looks first before doing my face makeup, because sometimes the fallout, it can ruin your eye makeup for sure. So I'm just gonna pat this all over the lid. I'm gonna get right up in the inner corner there, just because sometimes I have a problem, like I'll have like little open areas in the inner corner and I don't like the way it looks. So I'll go in and I'll put some shadow in there, and I'll go up into the crease a little bit. I'm not the best at cutting the crease, I will say it right now. I don't think I will ever get it down correctly, so I will kind of just bring the eyeshadow up into the crease a little bit to kind of mimic the fact that I've cut my crease, even though I didn't cut my crease. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take that smaller brush and just kind of blend the two edges together with a very light hand. I'm kind of doing like a feather-like stroke here. You just want the eye look to look seamless and blend together. And then I'm just going to take that bigger brush that we used and just kind of blend out the edges. Ooh, I'm liking how this is turning out. I know it doesn't look that good right now, but when we put on mascara, lashes, or inner corner highlight, eyeliner, and stuff like that, it's gonna look so, so good. So I think for the brow bone highlight, I think I'm gonna put glitter. I think I'm gonna go in with this first shade right here. It's like a really pretty iridescent purpley gray color. I really like it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this pencil brush and just kind of put it right on the brow bone, because I want a little bit of shimmer here. See, it's just a little bit, so it's kind of noticeable in the right lighting, but it's not that noticeable, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm going to put this right on the inner corner as well and kind of blend it up into the crease color that we have going on. Kind of like that. I'm going to do the rest of my face makeup and the other eye off camera to save us some time, and we will be right back to put on our lashes and do the eyeliner and the lip combo. All right, you guys, so I am back. You can see I finished the face. We are looking extremely glowy, which I personally love. We're gonna go in and do the bottom lash line now. I'm gonna take that really dark plum shade that we used on the outer corner, and we're just gonna put this right under the eye. You guys know, if you've seen my prior videos, that I don't really like doing a lot on the lower lash line. I pretty much stick to 1 or 2 colors and call it a day, just because I feel like I don't want all the attention on the lower lash line. I prefer it, of course, on top where, you know, all the drama is and stuff. So I like to keep it very simple on the lower lash line. But you guys can see we're just going in with that outer corner color. And I like a blown out lower lash line, so if it comes down too far, it really doesn't bother me. I kind of like it better than if it's, you know, just tight against the lash line. I prefer it to be more blown out, a little bit more messy looking. And the next shade that I'm going to take, we're just going to go in with that first crease shade that we used and just blend out the bottom of the eyeshadow. This is just going to make it look more messy, of course, and just more blended out in general. For the eyeliner, we are going to go in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the color Joyride. It's just like a maroon color, and we are going to put this right on the lash line. You can put whatever eyeliner you want to put on. I just like to usually put a color that resembles the eyeshadow look that I'm doing. That's just my personal preference, but you can put a black liner, you can put a brown liner, you can put a nude or a white eyeliner. Again, whatever you feel comfortable with. So you can see that just gives our lash line a little pop of color. Now we're going to go in with some lashes. These are the Salon Perfect X Brittany Bear lashes in the style Exotic. I love these lashes. They are so voluminous and so wispy. These are one of my favorite pairs of lashes from the drugstore. I'm not sure if they actually sell them anymore because I think they were limited edition, but if you can find them, they are in the style Exotic. So we're just gonna apply our lash glue, let it get a little bit tacky, and then we're gonna apply the lashes. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's put on some mascara. I'm just going to set the lash down to get a little bit tacky, and we're going to go in with some mascara. I'm just going in with the Tarte Big Ego mascara. And I'm just going to do a thin coat on the lashes. I don't like to put that much mascara on because honestly, false lashes are just going to cover it anyway, so nobody's going to be seeing your real lashes. So I'll just put a very small coat, 1 layer on the lashes just to prep them for falsies. And then we can put some on the lower lash line as well. And then usually I'll go in with my fan to dry the mascara quicker so that way I don't have to wait, because you know, a girl's a little impatient sometimes. And sometimes I'll do this with my lashes as well. I will hold them in front of the fan to kind of let the glue get a little bit tacky so that way I don't have to wait as long to apply them. And sometimes I'll also kind of fold them like this just to kind of allow them to keep their shape, because sometimes the band can become a little bit straight and stiff. So I like when my lashes have that curve to them, so sometimes I'll just bend them like this while the glue is getting tacky, and it just makes it easier, makes them easier to apply. Boom, we already got that lash on. If you would go in with your eyelash glue still wet, it would just slide right off. It wouldn't even stick to your eyelid, which is why you want the glue to get tacky, because it'll stick better to the eyelid. All right, so we're gonna do the same to the other lash. I have a little bit of glue still on these, so I'm just gonna quickly remove the glue. You definitely wanna make sure you're removing the glue after each use, because if it builds up and it becomes too much, it just becomes harder to get off of the band. And I do have a video on my channel of how to apply false lashes and how to like take care of them and stuff, so you guys can check that out if you want to. That's why I don't always go into detail on every single video how I put on eyelashes, or sometimes I'll just apply them off camera because it can take a while, but it's only because I have a video already dedicated to that, and I know not everybody wants to, you know, see the same repeated things. So again, we're gonna fan the glue to let it get a little bit tacky before we go in and apply the lash. I'm really liking how the eye look turned out. It looks very sultry in my opinion. These are my favorite type of eye looks. Smoky, sultry eyes, like, they are my go-to. All right, so we have this eyelash on as well. So this is the finished look for the eyes, and now we're going to get into the lips. All right, so for the lips, I'm going to go in with this NYX lip liner. This is in the shade Nude Beige, and we're just going to outline the lips, and I'm just going to fill them in a little bit. Nothing crazy. This just helps for longevity of the liquid lipstick that you're going in with, so if it rubs off, you still have something underneath of it, so it doesn't look like it came off that bad. And now we're going to go in with the NYX Lip Lingerie Push Up in the color French Maid. And if you mess up, like I really messed up, you can just go back in with your lip liner and just fix the edges. Kind of like that. Lip liner is a little bit tricky, even for me still. I do still have some problems applying it. But again, practice does make perfect, like I said before. So yeah, you guys, this is it. This is the completed eye look with the lips. I think the whole thing looks so good. Like I said in the video, sometimes when you're putting on eyeshadow before your face makeup or like before your brows, everything can look a little bit kind of just not put together, and then you put everything in, you put all the final touches on, and then it's a look, you know what I mean? It's a vibe. So yeah, you guys, that is it for this look. I really hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so you are notified every time I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.